Welcome back to the Water Hole for Greatness, where gearing up ain't nothing to play with. Okay, y'all. Alright, so you already know what's going on, man. I'm not gonna sit here and drag this video out long. So, yeah, I do apologize with it being so late that I'm dropping this video, and evidently it's dark outside. So, yeah, life happens. Anyway, though, so I'm not gonna drag this video out. If you have not seen the very last video, please go back and check that out. It's dealing with credibility. It's a very, very, and worthwhile video listening to. So please make sure you go back and check that out. And if you've not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and comment below if you have any questions, or this video particularly that you really do end up liking or something for whatever reason you want me to continue on and can do another part to this. I can also do that as well. So do not be hesitant of my inbox and the comment below, and send me questions or things like that that I can try and answer to the best of my ability. So other than that, we're gonna go ahead and dive into this topic. So basically today has been quite a day. As for myself, I had a situation where I had to do somewhat of a runaround, and to keep this in mind, I had to drive a bit of a distance, and that was not fun. So I happened to have forgotten some stuff today, and it required me to come all the way back home, and that sucked. Although, thinking about it now in this perspective, as in, okay, everything happens for a reason, for whatever reason, whoever you believe in, and etc. like that. Mine, I'm God. So basically, me believing whatever and like that, God does things for different reasons. Everything happens for a reason. So it could have been that, I was either being prevented from being in an accident, or I could have lost my life, or anything else. The possibilities with that stuff is endless. I could have been at a certain place in time of where, like I said, the whole accident thing, or it just, I have no idea. So, for whatever the reason that it is, it happened. So, other than that, just to touch up on the whole idea of that is like, we're going to have certain things within our life that we're going to have that's going to happen to us. We're going to go throughout this thing called life, which is basically like a video game in a sense. And we're going to go throughout life, learn from our mistakes. Some people don't learn from our mistakes, and, continue to grow and, develop our minds and everything else like that, and on how we're going to create these habits and stuff and things within our lives, and, what we're going to do with our lives from day to day. And, with a sense of knowing like, okay, I have a purpose, or I have a dream and everything else like that. You're going to know, okay, this is, the next step I need to take. I need to continue growing. I need to continue to push myself and, know that, okay, this is something I need to be improving on. Or in order for me to be able to get to the point that I want to be at later on, or that I envision myself being at, it's going to take some sacrifice. And knowing that I'm going to have to sacrifice, there's going to be hardships and other things that are going to come along with that. There's going to be challenges, It's going to be things where we're going to be tried for our, like I said, the credibility part. There's going to be parts of where we're going to be tried for different things on how, how we're going to handle a situation. Do we want to continue to work through and push and do with all the, stuff that's, unnecessary, or we feel like is nerve-wracking, or like, we're going to have days that we're going to be, really, really, agitated, or, days where we're like, we really want to just throw in the towel on what we're doing personally, what we're pursuing, or, whether it is we're working for a job or someone else, man. And that can be really, really frustrating. And that's something I know I've had, to learn firsthand, just dealing and working with other people and stuff like that. When you're working for somebody else, it's like a towering person being over top of you. So, it's like you don't want to exactly be in that position, but you're in that position for the meantime in order to be able to be advanced, to be able to move along and rise up higher up in the ladder in life, and that's very, very important. And the whole thing is about you being able to endure that and learn whatever it is that you're supposed to learn within those particular moments and that time that you're there, serving under somebody else and learning how to serve in a sense, so you can be actually advanced later on in this world, and you know exactly what it means to be in that position once you're actually there, and how to treat someone else and what actually to look for. And like, okay, I see this particular person has potential for whatever it is that I'm running. There's a lot to look at when it comes down to that type of stuff. And, it's really, really hard at times, to just keep this stuff in mind, when it's actually going on, or you're really in that moment for that time in that day, or even later on that day. You never know what it could be, honestly. And I just want to encourage you all. If you are at that stage, you feel like, man, I'm completely fed up with what I'm doing and everything else like that. If you truly do not feel what you're doing is, worthwhile for you, or you're working a job that you do not want to be working and everything else like that, ask yourself those questions. What is my purpose? What is my dream? What is it that I really love doing that I can really do with ease and that I'm really, really good at? Or, something that I'm really, really good at anyway, and this is something you really love doing. Take that time, invest that time. Everything is going to take time, and nothing is going to be overnight. It's not going to be an overnight thing and boom, you're going to be popular and famous and everything else like that, or got all the money in the world. It doesn't work like that. Everything's going to take time. It's a process, and learning that process, and in that process, you're going to grow and become the person you're supposed to be, who is meant to be in that position of where you plan to see yourself at, whether that be talent-wise, mentally, everything. It's all a process. It's in order for you to be able to build that empire, to be able to build that entire idea, to be there. And like I said, the video game thing, my author being God, he's going to move me as a chess piece when it's that particular time. But I have to keep my mind focused on where I'm going and stay consistent and be, diligent about that. To make sure I keep my head, in the correct direction, and keep my mind, in the correct state that it needs to be in, so I continue to push and get there and, push towards that and make it happen. Can't get comfortable, So a lot of people that are in this world that are comfortable, and they are in this position of being like, they're at these particular jobs and locations and things like that, where they think, okay, it's okay for everything to be handed to me, and I don't want to do anything. It does not work like that. You can do that for a while. You spend your whole lifetime like that. Look back later on and be like, man, what happened with my life? There's nobody else to blame except yourself. You decided to have that type of mentality and work ethic and everything else like that. There's nobody else to point fingers at except yourself. You got comfortable with that, so that's something you have to keep in mind, and being like, this is not something I enjoy doing. This is something I want to change within my life, and it's something that I want to be like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do something with this. I'm gonna change the situation. So other than that, keep in mind that you're going to have challenges and everything else like that. I do want to encourage y'all, so keep your mind in check, take that time that you need to, don't allow unnecessary stress and everything else like that to build upon yourself like that, and, know that it's all going to be challenging. It's all going to happen in due time, and keep that in mind at all times. So I believe in you. Go out there and make it happen, continue to grow and put yourself in the right environment around the right people and everything else like that that are going to push you. Feed yourself, motivating things, things to think on that's going to help you grow and challenge you as a person more, and watch yourself bloom into the person you're supposed to be, growing and moving towards the dream that you're supposed to be living. And other than that, keep that in mind. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope it impacted you in some type of way. I hope you have an amazing week and day. And again, I do apologize for doing this so late, and this is an exception. This is the longest video. This is not a norm, so there you go. I hope you got something out of this, and I hope y'all have an amazing week and day. And your boy is, out until next week. Deuces, bro.